Hello everybody, welcome back to the FM24 Youth Academy Challenge with Folkestone Invicta. We're in our second season of the Championships, 15 games into it. We're already out of the Carabao Cup and the Power BI is back. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save and fellow managers. We find ourselves 5th in the Championship. It's been quite a roller coaster first 15 games of the season. We're going to dive into them to have a look in more detail very shortly. We're actually back. We're going to take on Wrexham in today's episode. I thought, what a wonderful time to play Wrexham. They've literally just got promoted to the Championship in real life. They're in the Championship now, and we're having a pretty good start to the season. However, injuries are piling up. Michael Collins, starting goalkeeper, out injured. Craig Jones, our sort of centre-back midfielder, out injured. 3 players are doubtful, and Alex Coulter at centre-back is suspended. So quite a few injuries piling up. But in better news, we do actually have some board improvements that are coming along nicely as well. If we look at the board profile, you can see they are improving the youth facilities and the training facilities, and the youth level is in planning to be improved as well. So we're making big strides, and a lot of that is down to new chairperson Jerome Carrick, who took over the club this year about a month or so ago, and is coming in and just investing loads of money, which makes it quite tough to look at our balance, because if you look, we've gone from 4.7 million to 381,000. The board have come in and just gone, yeah, if Coached Left Foot wants that in the club infrastructure, let's go and do it. So they've invested heavily in the things that I asked for: training facilities, youth facilities, and youth recruitment, and the youth level, and it's all going very, very well. There's no update on the ground yet or anything like that. If we look at the club page, there's no update on the ground. We're still at Cheriton Road. They're still searching for it. They've planned a 13,000 capacity, but I'm hoping that gets bigger. But yes, good youth recruitment, exceptional academy coaching, adequate youth facilities, adequate training facilities, and youth level as well. But obviously, that's going to be going up. All the money that we're generating while we're in the Championship is being invested back into the club. And they've not, I assume they're going to take a loan for the stadium, but the only loan they've ever taken so far, the board, was that £1 million to make us professional. That's it. That's all we've ever had. So they have done a good job of keeping it pretty balanced and keeping it going well. The other thing that crossed my mind, I was going to say, either of them work, the other day, was that we've not actually sold anyone for big money, have we? We've had one sale out, and that was Michael Onyema, if I remember, for cash. There he is, 250k back in 2033. After that, we've not had any sort of massive, we haven't had any sales. I think he's the only real sale we've had, which is incredible when you think about it. To get to this stage and not sell a player for cash other than 250k, and we've got to the Championship, I find that absolutely bonkers. We've still got no interest, real hardcore interest in our players. A lot of it is loans. Luke Belwick and Ben Rees are getting a little bit here and there, but no concrete offers or anything like that, and concrete bids. So I don't know what the AI is playing at. How no one's poached up Englefield, Balbiera. Lewis had a couple of MLS bids, but they came short. If you think about the quality we've had in this team, Ryan Carson, the new, I labelled him the new George Best. No one's come after him. It's absolutely bonkers. I don't know what the AI is playing at, to be honest, or the CPU's playing at. But yeah, anyway, it's been really, really good start to the season. So let's go and look. I was on the transfers page, but let's go and quickly have a quick look, because we've had quite a big cull. So this year we have actually made some money, 16.25k, all through loans that have happened. Trimsky Orton has gone back to Grand Bodo, whatever they're called. Last time he didn't play great for him. This time he's actually playing really well. He's actually joined them throughout their whole season as well. Not at a weird point where he's not going to play too many games. But yeah, he's doing much better for them this year. We're just keeping him tagging along and try and get him as a coach. That's all we want to do. That is all we want to do. Other big ones to note: Junior Ward has gone on loan. He's gone down to York, dropping down there. I thought, try and keep him around, get him some football, see what he can do. David Henderson's also joined him in York, though, so Henderson should really be whipping in the crosses that Junior Ward's going to finish, and that would be a lovely little partnership for those two. as well. KD Wayborn's a very highly rated winger that we've got in our academy or the under-18s, and we've sent them out on loan to, where do they go? Oxford, just for some first team football to try and get a bit of improvement there as well. Will Phillips is another one. Was quite highly rated, very good physically. Probably will get a bit of game time at some point in the senior team, but he's gone to Worthing for some football there. Were there any big names? Garban, we nicknamed Garban, didn't we? I can't even remember what his proper name is. But the Irishman's gone to St Albans for some first team football as well. But we're getting to that period. Martin Lukaku is another good one, actually, that we're keeping an eye on to see how he develops. He's gone to Kings Lynn on loan. And Raphael Gardner actually made his debut last season for us. But this year we've sent him on loan to Hornchurch to go and get some more football. But yeah, I think I mentioned last episode or a couple of episodes ago, we were really struggling to actually loan young people out. But now we seem to have got the reputation where the lower division teams are happy to loan our players and actually give them lots of game time, which is very useful, which means we can focus on the development centre a little bit and look at our players out on loan and keep an eye on this as well, because we've got lots of people out there and you can see lots of people are happening, and we need to keep an eye on this sort of loan report bit up here, as well as the average rating and goals and stuff like that. It's always worth noting to see if they're happy, if we're happy, and everything happy. Like happy playing as a winger, regularly enough for us to be happy with. He's playing as a right midfielder. He's gaining good experience. Gaining good experience. That's sort of what we're looking for. We're looking for these sort of gaining good experience. Like Ellis Johnson's actually playing for Barnet under 18, so he's probably not going to be too happy at the moment. Trim Skjorton's out there, regular enough for us to be happy. Good experience, gaining good experience. Katie Wayborn's suffered a ligament injury, so he's out for 2 to 3 months. But playing regularly for us, playing as a left winger, happy. Not performing well in Gateshead style, Danny Pearson. And Andreas Cleanhouse has only just moved out there. So yeah, we can keep an eye on this, touch on base on this screen as well a little bit more now that we've got lots of loanees going out. There were a few released players as well, if we dive in here. So release-wise, Lexi, we all forgot what his actual name is, so let's go and check that. His actual name is Lex Wedderty-Lake, so we called him Lexi. And he is gone and not found the new club. Lexi got a bit too big for his boots here. He is wanted by Chesham, so that'd be quite a drop down for him. But yet, he was all right. Too injury prone, let him go. Jordan Fawkes, Dominic Neal, Jason Faber, Mitch Johnson, Daniel John are all players that we've never even used, so that's fine. And the 3 players that got released, Hamidou Benyon from the youth team did make an appearance for us, but never really grew. Jake Robinson never really grew either. We're happy to let him go. Casual personality, so I wasn't minding that. And the low determination Cammy Stevenson got released as well. He's found the new club at Cray. So we're up to date on how everything is looking. That leaves us with a squad looking like this. This is everybody we have in the club at the moment, and because not including all those out on loan, which is obviously quite a lot of people. But I can tell you, because I looked at the Power BI this morning, 43 players at the club, and lo and behold, the board agreed to make us an under-21 team after the under-21 fixtures and league thing was done. So all we've done at the moment is chuck all the people that are out on loan from the first team squad down into the under-21s at the moment. But it does mean we now don't have to promote people when they get to 18 straight to the senior team, and they can stay in the under-21s and try and get more game time and more development in there as well, which is really, really helpful. I know people might scoff at that, but it is really helpful to not have to call everyone who's under 18 or just gets to 17 and a half, 18 straight up to the first team squad, because having that buffer for under 18s to go to the under 21s, it allows us to keep some more senior players around and put them in the under 21s for game time, for fitness and things like that, without stunting the growth of the under 18s. It's really, really good. So I'm delighted that the board agreed to create an under 21 team. But that's enough of that faff. Let's get into the Power BI. Okay, so it's been a while, but here is the Power BI, and it's looking, well, pretty obvious that Luke Berwick is one of our best players. He is the best centre-back, holding midfielder, Segundo Volante, and left-back we have at the club. So he's pulling a lot of weight, isn't he? But obviously we haven't looked at it in a while, but the great change we've had is I think, in the personalities of the players at the club. It's normally balanced as the top, but Fairly Professional has taken the lead with 13 fairly professional players coming through. We've still got quite a few unambitious in there, but balanced, unambitious and fairly ambitious are in 2, 3 and 4 positions if you'd like. But the great thing is, look at these rubbish personalities down here, or the weaker personalities down towards the end. Not many of them at all, which is really good. So if we look at our fairly professionals, you can see Michael Collins, Ollie Lewis, Adam Cross, Blair Gemmell, Christian Emmanuel, Besant, Murray, Brennan, Carson, Bodkin. A lot of them are in the first team and performing very, very well indeed, which is good to see. Very good to see indeed. Now, obviously, we're playing the 4-2-3-1 more regularly this year, so that's why this sort of pitch graph or pitch graphic at the bottom is set up to show the potential to use a 4-2-4-2, no, that's too many players, a 4-2-4 or a 4-2-3-1. So we've got the inside forwards listed and everything as well, but it's all looking pretty good. Of course, we can see who is ranked at the top of everything and who is the second best, and Ben Rees and Luke Berwick change places fairly often, to be honest. So fullbacks, Robert Murray's up there at right back, Besant at left back, which is good. They're sort of picking themselves this season, which is wonderful. Collins is the top of the goalkeeping leaderboard. He is injured at the moment, so it will be Lewis Roberts that steps in to play against Wrexham. In terms of ball playing centre-backs, Ben Rees, Luke Berwick, and then Craig Jones is there, the central midfielder. He's also injured at the moment. It's interesting that Christian Shuaibu steps in as a ball playing centre-back, like 4th in the list, which is something I've not really considered this season, but we might have to try it out. The holding midfielder sort of role, Luke Berwick, Robert Murray, who's our starting right back, Shuaibu, who's probably going to have to play centre-back, Rennie Besant, who's playing left-back, Ben Rees does generally play in central midfield, as does Adam Cross, and both of them rate highly in the Segundo Volantes and holding midfield roles. And then on the winger side of things, Paulo Balbiera has sort of secured that left wing spot ahead of Ollie Lewis in both Power BI and on the pitch, so he's doing pretty well. Ollie Lewis has actually dropped down to 5th, but we've got Blair Gemmell, Ryan Carson and Englefield up there as well, but advanced forward Englefield leads the way, looking very, very good. Shuaibu's up there as well, but he's also the best target forward, and then Ollie Lewis, Ryan Carson, Blair Gemmell. So you can see the squad is sort of pretty dependent on a certain number of people, which is fine. It's just that when we get injuries, we do struggle a little bit like that. But we still have the system that ranks all the players. You can see down here as well in the bottom right that the players rank 12th or worse in every metric. There's not that many of them anymore, which means our squad is sort of evening out as well. It's evening itself out of what's going on, and we have been culling it quite often, and we've got loads of players out on loan as well. But those that don't have a personality are the greyed out players that we don't care about. But Armani Dickey in there, Hayden Jones and Craig White as well, so they need to start improving what's going on. Obviously, I'll do it again at the end of the season when all the loan players come back, and we'll get a better understanding of who's actually the worst players at the club. The squad data for 15 games into the season, not too bad. 33 goals scored, which isn't dreadful. We've had 16 games this season because we had one game in the Carabao Cup, which we lost. But 33 goals from 16 games I don't think is too bad, to be honest. There are joint top goal scorers and joint top assisters, which is why this is blank. But in terms of actual appearances, the average age of everyone that's made 900 minutes or more in those 15 games is 20.18. So it's very, very young still. It's a very, very young squad. And it's all growing and maturing together, which is awesome, which is really, really good. Rennie Besant up there, most creative from left back. Ryan Carson has the best non-penalty expected goals. Massimo Englefield is the best player that we've had this season. Robert Murray's passing from the back has been really good. And Rennie Besant's putting in the best tackle ratio as well, while Craig Jones is winning more headers than anybody else in terms of percentage won, which is really, really good. Minutes by age, you can see it's sort of averaging out between 20, 21 and 22, which is good. A few 18-year-olds coming through a lot. And the goals are being scored by 22-year-olds, which is generally Englefield, Carson, and not Balbiera. He's 18. This will be him here. But yeah, some other people in there as well. I could have a quick look. So I've still got Football Manager open on the other page. Carson is 20, so that'll be there. That's his 9 goals. The 22-year-olds will be Englefield, and Adam Cross is actually up there as well with some goals. But you can see we're very heavily right-footed, very strong right-footed people. We've got a few 10 people that are very strong with their left foot. 33 people are very strong with their right foot, so a heavy right foot bias, which is probably like world football at all, isn't it? But that was a quick look at the Power BI again. Let's go and look at our fixtures that we've played. So diving into the schedule then, a very mixed pre-season where we lost to Scarborough and Bradford, drew 5-5 with Dover, beat Hythe 5-1, beat Ashford 4-0, drew with Fulham, then lost to Walsall, and started the league season with a 2-2 draw at home, to Birmingham. A 92nd minute equaliser from Englefield got us a 2-2 draw here, which was very, very, very disappointing, to be honest. And Alex Coulter own goal did give them a 2-1 lead, but or in fact, a 2-1 lead. We went 1-0 up, but disappointing. Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup first round. We knocked them out on penalties last year. They've knocked us out just in 90 minutes. 25th minute we went ahead, and I thought we were going to be cruising it. And then a late goal from William Elliott with 5 minutes to go gave Crystal Palace the win and put them through to the next round. But we followed it up with a 2-1 win over Portsmouth. Goals for Adam Cross and Oliver Goodwin, who we'll look at in a minute. He's had a few more games this season in attacking midfield. We beat Reading 4-1. Englefield got a brace. Carson with one. Luke Berwick with one as well. West Brom had a ding-dong battle with them at the Hawthorns. 4-3 win. Englefield getting another brace in that one. We then beat Crystal Palace in the league, which is really annoying. But Oliver Goodwin got a goal in that as well. Ipswich, who are leading the table, if I remember rightly, beat us 6-3. A bit of a mental game against Ipswich. Ryan Carson got a hat-trick. He got 2 in the first half, 1 in the second half. It wasn't enough, though. Lee Doyle was amazing for Ipswich. Scored 3 of theirs. Miguel Lamas got 2 as well. And Angel Ruiz got 1 for them as well. Stockport, we beat them 2-1 away from home. Englefield and Ollie Lewis with the goals. And then we had our worst month of the season so far. September saw no wins. A loss to Plymouth, 2-1. A draw with Derby, 3-3. And then a loss to Sheffield United, who absolutely battered us. But we improved for October. Swansea, 0-0 away from home. Not too bad against Swansea. But we beat Burnley 3-0, one of the favourites for the league. And we got Ollie Lewis sent off in the 33rd minute. So a very, very good performance in that one. We drew 0-0 with Leeds at Cheriton Road, but beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 and beat Hull City 4-3. Alex Coulter getting sent off in that one, which gave Hull City a little sort of door ajar to have a chance. We were 4-1 up at that point. Alex Coulter got sent off. They scored the resultant penalty, and then Randall van der Vine scored in the 89th minute for them to make it a little bit squeaky bum time, but we saw that one out as well, so which was very, very good. And then, we're coming into November, where we've got Wrexham, Huddersfield, Sunderland and Blackburn to take on. So a pretty good start to the season we've had. And I was very impressed with our sort of first, 5 games. I think to get 4 wins from our first 5 league games is very good. And we beat West Brom, Reading, Portsmouth and Crystal Palace, who are all teams that should be fighting at the top of the league. And looking at the league, you can see here it's pretty close. 26 points. We've got 4 points, 5 points separates, 6 points separate Sheffield United in 12th. And us and Bristol City and Portsmouth in 3rd. And we are only, 2 points off Reading and 4 points off Leeds at the top. Ipswich have fallen away a little bit. We did have top spot for the start of the season, which was good. 3 games into the season, we went top. We held it for 4th, came back at 6th, and then dropped off during that month, which I said we didn't get a win. And now we're just picking ourselves up, starting to head in the right direction again. So who knows? Maybe this is the year that we get a promotion. Get promotion to the Premier League. Not a promotion. We've had loads of them. Get a promotion to the Premier League. Who knows? That money would be very, very welcomed indeed. But quickly looking at the squad before we go to take on Wrexham. It's a bit of a catch-up episode, this one, isn't it? I haven't done one of these in quite a while. So in terms of appearances, then, we've got Luke Berwick, Englefield and Robert Murray, who have been ever-present at the start. Rennie Besant has been ever-present, but 2 of them have been off the bench. In terms of goals, it is Carson and Englefield leading the way, with Goodwin in 3rd with 5. Assists-wise, it's 5 apiece for Robert Murray and Besant, and then 3 for Balbiera, 2 for Goodwin, 2 for Reese as well. So you can see that the sort of breakout player has been Oliver Goodwin, who also is 3rd in our best player of the year, behind Lewis Roberts in goal, who's made 5 appearances and got an average 7.24, so that's looking positive. And Englefield, who is just our star striker up front. So Oliver Goodwin steps in attacking midfield. Didn't mean to click on the England team there. Steps into attacking midfield, and I can't understand how he's playing so well. Maybe it's just him. He matches the system so perfectly, but I don't quite get it, right? Because he's an attacking. We're playing as an attacking midfielder on either attack or support. So we'll start him. He generally starts on attack. I think it might be the fact he's got very good technique, works hard, good flair, good decisions, and a decent stamina, which means he can run around for a long time. But basically, he stepped in. I haven't even given him a face yet. He stepped in and performed unbelievably well in his debut, scoring a goal, did a really good job. And then just Shuaibu came back in, didn't do very well. Englefield dropped down there. We were lacking something up front. So I was like, well, I'll give him another go. And then he scored again against Crystal Palace. And then he just carried on playing well, and he just cropped up with goals and assists. And it just doesn't make sense. He's fairly professional, which is good, but his attributes aren't outrageously good for his age. He's 16 years old, so he's going to be got a lot of room to grow. And, I mean, look at that. Look, that is absolutely bonkers. In April 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in 7 months, his ability has gone from 3 grey stars, or 3 silver stars, to a whole star in attacking midfield, which is absolutely crazy. If we look at the attributes over all time, he's had a slight improvement in the mental game, a slight improvement in the physical game, but nothing really massively improving technically other than marking, which, I don't understand. We haven't asked him to do any sort of defensive marking or anything like that. But yeah, it's just a bit strange, isn't it? Anticipation has gone up a little bit, decisions has gone up well, off the ball has gone up, but it just... I'm flabbergasted. Let me know down below your thoughts as to why you think he is performing so well for us in attacking midfield. But I think that's enough of the catch-up stuff. It's been about 20 minutes of catch-up. Let's get into the game to play Wrexham, because normally I just do a little intro video, right? So if there's anything else that I've missed in that, because that was a lot of ramble, a lot of waffle, and I've been talking for quite a while, but I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I do think we can have a very good season this year. I do think it could be pretty good, and see where we get to. So I'll make sure this team is all right. I think that is the starting team we're going to do, because Collins is injured, Coulter's in, as Jones is injured, and don't think there's many others down there that we want to play. Oh, Sam Lillis is another one who's getting a little bit more game time this year. We're going to see if we can get him just boosting that potential a bit with some game time. He stepped up because of all the injuries as well. So, yeah, I'll just sort the team out, and then we'll be back to take on Wrexham. All right, then, here we are. 4-2-3-1 is the same lineup as expected. Emmanuel and Berwick are in the middle. Cross and Ben Rees at the back because of injuries. Robert Murray, Rennie Besant, Lewis Roberts in goal because of an injury to Collins. Carson on the right, Goodwin in the middle. Balbiera is there as well, with Englefield leading the line. Kolawali and Patrick John are up front for Wrexham. They've got Jesse Derry, who is actually a real player. So he's 32, but still looks pretty decent, to be honest. Wrexham could be quite difficult to play against. They're not doing badly in the league. I think they're 15th, but really they're not there. That's a bit of an underperformance on them. But a 4-4-2, we should be all right. We might see how they play and then try and pressure either the 2 men in midfield or the 2 wingers to see what they're doing out there. But some call-ups to the bench that we're going to go through. So Ryan Hogg is coming up to the bench. This will be his first experience of senior football for the club. So Ryan Hogg comes in, decent jumping reach, good height, good tackling. We're going to see if we need a centre-back to come on, he'll get an opportunity. But I think the biggest name inclusion, actually we'll get to him in a minute, because we've got Kamil Wolski, who's in here as well. Great teamwork and work rate, so if we need central midfield and legs, he might come on for a run around. I think he made an appearance last year. Yeah, he did. So we're going to see how he gets on. But yes, the biggest name on the bench is Bigger Kasongo. He gets a call up to the bench. We want to see what he can do, and this is how I play the game. We call up a few youngsters here and there, and if we need them, if we're getting battered, or if we're winning heavily, or if I feel like his pace and young energy could come on, that could change the game for us, we might give him a go. But we do have some more experienced players on the bench. Pikarski is back on the bench as well, because we have that injury to Collins. But yeah, not too bad at all. So let's get back into sideline is what I want. Key highlights. We'll slow the pace down, and we'll just put goal replays back on as well with the director, so we can see what's happening. In fact, you know what? We're going to go behind the goal for goal replays, just so we can see a different view of what's going on. But the 4-2-3-1 has been relatively good for us this year. Well, it's been very good for us this season. Since the step up to the Championship, the 4-2-3-1 seems to be a more favourable system rather than the 4-2-4. So hopefully we can keep that going throughout this season as well, as Wrexham just seem to be getting a little edge of the ball. We're getting a little bit momentum as we get into the halfway point of the first half, with no highlights happening just yet. I'd probably be a little bit disappointed by that. We could push one. If Adam Cross was playing in holding midfield, we could push him up a little bit. But he has taken a corner here in towards Berwick with a header. He's hit the bar and Derry clears it away. Berwick's there again into Carson. Carson is tackled very well by Fawkes. It's a great challenge. And Derry will bring it away up the line to Kalawali. And that's an unlucky header from Berwick there, hitting the bar. The first real effort that we've had of note in this game. Wrexham have had 5 shots, but only one of them on target. We've had 4 shots and hit the woodwork with a really good effort. Or I should say, the horizontal composite beam, as we used to call it on Pro Evo or eFootball when I played that live, but on stream. But there we go. So at the moment, it's 0-0. Their strikers are dropping quite deep. So John's number 6, he's pulling wide, but Kolawali is dropping very deep in here. So I'm going to suggest they're probably using the wings. I mean, look at our map. Our map's not much better either. But I do think, yeah, they're probably utilising the wings a little bit more than anything else. So let's get into the dressing room. We will point the finger and say, I'm proud we can win this, keep going, and then we'll give it the old fist pump. We're not going to make any changes at half-time, I don't think. No one's playing incredibly well or incredibly badly, so we'll look to maybe change it up as we get further into the game. But I think what we're going to do is just go into the opposition, and we're just going to try and just stop these guys playing. Now, does that mean I want to funnel them into the middle? Probably not. Right-footed and right-footed. So we could funnel you onto your left foot, although it's not a dreadful left foot. But Derry will want to come onto his left foot. So let's keep you wide out there. We're not going to trigger press. And we're not going to tightly mark. I'm just wondering if... yeah, who's got a really bad first touch? Gary Evans at the back, at centre-back, has an absolutely horrendous first touch. So let's press him all the time and see if we can put him under a bit of trouble. I'll tell you what, and we'll get him onto his right foot as well when he's there. Goalkeeper Sims has also got a first touch, which is similar probably to mine. My first touch, I'm a centre-back at a very amateur level in Singapore, and my first touch is basically to clear it because I panic. Although, this Saturday, we won 5-3 in the league. It was 5-1. I got subbed off because I got a little hamstring strain. But we're 5-1 off, and I intercepted the ball really well. Great little tackle, first touch round, pinged a lovely ball over to the striker, squared it, and we scored. So... I'm good at the level I play at. I'm a decent player at the level I play at. Right, that's enough about me. Into the second half against Wrexham with those little tactical tweaks just to see if we can make some changes. Derry has a corner for Wrexham, swings it in. Berwick heads it away at the near post. Sias Newton back to Derry. Cutbacks there. John isn't going to miss that one. And we need to be better here, boys. Come on, we need to step this up. John fires it home from close range against our backup goalkeeper, Roberts. And, yeah, that's a shame. Derry swung it in. Good header away at the front post from Berwick. Emmanuel went to close down Sias Newton. Into Derry again. And there's the little cut. This is the classic Football Manager cutback goal. And we find ourselves behind, which is a little bit irritating. We could try and up it a little bit. They're going to try and play out from the back. Sims into Evans. Evans into Stansfield. Stansfield up to Dong Hyun. Stansfield again. Into Evans. Evans goes, yeah, poor pass. Carson pounces on it. Into Berwick. Berwick over the top looking for Balbera. Heads it across. Englefield's there. Come on, the flag's up. The flag's up. Who was off? Englefield was offside. But we did pounce on their centre-back with a poor touch and a poor pass. That's annoying. Right, 60 minutes gone. Let's get some fresh legs on. Goodwin has not impressed live on camera. That's a disappointment. Someone else that I forgot to mention has been called up is Ryan Griffiths, who we're going to give an opportunity to attack in midfield in this game. He's going to come on for Goodwin. It's going to be youngster for youngster. He's going to come on for short. And I'm tempted to do... Bigger Kasongo is going to come on. Let's give him a chance. Give the boy a chance. Let him play. Let him play. Let's switch you two over so that you're coming onto your favoured feet, because Balbier is 2-footed. Kasongo is 1-footed. We do have a few yellow cards in here as well, which is a little bit of a concern. But Rennie Besant, 6.4, we'll take him off for Lucas Hull. And I think we'll do those 3 subs at the moment. Everyone we've got on the bench is sort of more defensive because of the injuries we've got at the moment, which is a little bit annoying. But Bigger Kasongo and Griffiths both on for a little bit of a run around here against Wrexham. Can they create something? Reece swings it in. Englefield knocks it down. Emmanuel's there. He's offside again. That Lino needs to put his flag down and stop being such a knobby no-mates. He really needs to sort his life out. Right, we're going to push Berwick a little bit higher into that Segundo Volante role just so that we get some runs late into the edge of the box in midfield. He is actually quite tired though. Englefield's not playing great up front. Balbier on the wings not having a good game. Lots of yellow cards flying around. Buono throws it up to Derry. Back to Buono for Wrexham. It seems, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Wrexham's promotions up the league. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have done wonderful things to them. I look forward to the next instalment of the documentary as Dennis King goes back to Stansfield again into Buono. They're playing it round well here, Wrexham. You've got a feeling this is going to end in a goal into Naganuma over the bar. 15 minutes to go. It wasn't over the bar. It was a great save from Roberts, actually. A really good save from Roberts. Right, I think fresh legs are needed. Luke Berwick off. We will bring on Sam Lillis in there. Do we do double fresh legs in the middle? Or do we do Paolo Brennan off for Ron Brennan? Another young... We are blooding in the youngsters here. Lillis, I think, can sort of do a Segundo Volante. What's his finishing of 5? Emmanuel, finishing of 7. Much more mentally and physically probably ready to play as a Segundo Volante. So we'll go for that. And corner ball then. This is how Wrexham have got their 1-0 lead from a set piece from a corner. Derry swings it in. Berwick again heads the first ball away and does a good job at that near post. Derry keeps coming onto that right foot. Good hands from Roberts. That was hit with venom. But 15 minutes to go. We do need something here, lads. Come on. Come on. Right. Demand more. Oh, they've made a change at the back. I just want to be aware of that because John has come on at the back. And, why have I gone into captain's opposition? There we go. So Moses John has a terrible first touch again. So let's trigger that. We're going to tackle him hard as well. Don't need to show him onto a certain foot. So Derry's still out here onto his left. Sears Newton onto his left as well, trying to push him in. Gary Evans has gone off. Yeah, he's come on. Tom Stansfield's pretty good. Moses John is the weak point, isn't it? So let's mark Stansfield whenever we're next to him and try and force the ball. If they're going to play out from the back, let's try and get them to force it into the crap centre-back is the plan. But I don't know if that's going to work. Reece with a free kick swings it in. Header from Lillis. Oh, the youngster. Looping header just over the bar. It's a pretty even game. They've had a better XG than us, but even shots. We've hit the woodwork. We've had a clear-cut chance. They had 2 clear-cut chances, apparently. No, did they have 2 clear-cut chances? I don't really remember that. But we're into injury time. It's just, I'll tell you what, the difference today is that Englefield hasn't been on form. Like, when he has a bad game, the whole club has a bad game. But it's a 1-0 loss to Ryan Reynolds Wrexham, which is disappointing. I do think we were in the game more than this suggests, potentially. And I do think our tactical tweaks sort of didn't work. That's a lot of yellow cards, though. I should have cottoned onto that a little bit earlier. But it is what it is. I'm going to say I don't like what I saw just to try and inspire them, which does work. Callum Davies is proving to be a very good club legend assistant manager, so I'm happy with his appointment at the moment. But Wrexham get the 1-0 win, which is a shame. But this will be a slightly longer episode for everybody today, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you let me know. Yeah, Griffiths gets his debut. Bigger Kasongo got his debut as well. I don't think either of them had enough to really impress. We did get fined for our ill discipline there. But, yeah, let's see. I was greeted well by Invicta supporters who are no doubt pleased to see first senior steps of a player produced by the club. Okay, nice. Well, we're very excited by Ryan Griffiths in this save because he looks like he could be very, very good. So hopefully we don't stunt his development too much. But, yeah, we'll leave it there. Right, we will be back for the next episode. I might go all the way through to the youth intake day. I'll see if anything interesting is happening in the league or anything like that. But we should be in and around the playoffs this year. We should be challenging for a playoff spot given how our season started. A strong start to the season really helped in the championship, and that is what we've had. Thank you so much everyone for watching, listening to my rambles, and I hope you enjoyed the brief summary at the beginning. Let me know if you're happy the Power BI is back, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.